Hey guys, it's me Tia, and I just wanted to update you guys. It's been a little while since I last gave you an update, and I know the last update was a little bit of bad news, so I just want to update you on and let you know what's going on. So UPS actually delivered my injection the following day, which was was it the following day? It was on the Monday. They delivered it on like the last Monday in February, and as I told you all in the video, I was nervous because when I spoke to the pharmacist that sent it, they were saying that it only lasts for 48 hours, but it really depends on the weather and if the ice packs and the cooler that it was sent in was actually, if they were still cold and all these other things basically. So we received them like Monday evening, like after work, and I opened it and the ice packs were no longer frozen, but they were cold given the weather in New York. It's pretty cold at that time of the year, and it was still cold, February 2019. So I went ahead and I did the injection, and that was a weird experience. I was like really scared to do it myself because I mean, who gives themselves needles? Like it's really weird, but it's pretty simple the way they lay out the instructions for you. They provide a video and everything you need, the needle, the injection, the alcohol wipes, the disposal for the needles, all of that is included. So that was like pretty great. And I did it, and it didn't hurt at all. It was just weird doing it to myself. So and I didn't want CJ to do it because he gets a little grossed out by stuff like that. So I was like, I'll do it and I'll figure it out, and it was fine. It was a success. Like I said, it wasn't painful. So following that, that was a Monday. Then I think the Tuesday before we left, March 5th, I had a doctor's appointment. So that was like a week and a half later after the shot. And the shot was basically supposed to induce ovulation to get rid of that cyst that I told you about in the other video that was producing estrogen. So we were checking just to see, based on the ultrasound and the blood work, if the cyst was gone. So CJ came with me, and basically while we were there, the ultrasound tech did it, and she did it, and she noticed that, I mean, I still have cysts because it has been confirmed that I do have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is why I don't ovulate on my own, why I don't have my menstrual every month like most females do. So, and that's why it's been difficult for me to get pregnant. So those cysts were there, but the cyst that they were worried about before was gone. But while she was doing the ultrasound, she noticed that the fibroid was still there. So I like panicked basically because I literally just went through 2 surgeries to get the fibroid out, and they said that it was gone. But apparently this is the larger one they were talking about, which is not in the cavity, so it's fine to stay there. The smaller one was successfully removed during the second procedure, so that's good. And I was a little stressed, but it's fine. It's not a problem. It's not gonna put a dent in our plant. So I was like, great, the other cyst is gone. I should be getting a phone call, a good news phone call later in the afternoon after all the blood work testing is done, because the cyst is gone now, and there should be no extra estrogen or anything like that. But then I get the phone call, and they say like everything is fine or whatever, and they want to schedule like another follow-up. But we were getting ready to head to Italy for my birthday. It was a great trip. If you haven't checked out those videos yet, I suggest going to take a look back. There are some pretty interesting sights we got to see, and we give you like a in-depth look in everything and all the tours we took. But anyway, back to, so we didn't have time because we were getting ready to leave for Italy for quite a while. We were gone for about 8 days. So I was telling them like, oh, we won't be here. We'll be out of the country. So, can I get the yay or the nay in terms of starting the treatment? The treatment is just some pills that I need to take to help boost my levels to successfully grow the eggs so that they'd be ready to ovulate. But basically, when I told him that, the nurse called me and was like, "Oh, the doctor doesn't think you're ready because your uterine lining is too thick." So now I'm like, what the hell? Like, if it's first it was, me just not being able to do it on my own. That's one blow. Then it's, oh, you have a fibroid. Let's do the surgery. Let's get it out. First surgery doesn't work. Okay, second surgery is success. All right, great. I'm ready to go. Let's get it going. Then it's like, no, now you have a cyst, so we have to remove the cyst. But then UPS is struggling with delivering the injection. So it's like, and now it's the uterine lining. So I was so frustrated because it's like what the hell? Like how many things do I have to go through just to, have a kid? Because like I said, we've been trying since June. Now it's March, and obviously this is something people go through all the time. And I know a lot of people, just from like blogs and stuff I've been reading, just in terms of me trying to figure out all of the lingo that's used in like with my reproductive endocrinologist. There's like a lot of things, and I try to like keep one step ahead, so I read up on stuff before I go see her, just so I understand what's going on when she's talking to me. Of course, I ask her questions during the appointments, but I like to know ahead of time. But like I said, I know a lot of people from reading the blogs have had journeys much longer than mine, and I completely understand. And but it's still frustrating nonetheless. June to March is still a long time. So we're like what the hell? But I was like, okay, like whatever. Maybe it's because just focus on my birthday trip. Let's have a great time. Let's not stress ourselves out and having to do all this extra stuff. So fine. Then they tell us to come back basically when we return from Italy. So the following day, which was Friday the 15th, I went to the doctor, and they basically did the same thing. They did the blood work and the ultrasound, another ultrasound. So everything fine. Like I said, the cyst is gone, and we should be fine to move on. But then I get the phone call, and they're like, "Oh, your uterine lining is still too thick," and I'm like, all right, like what the hell? Like now, like it's been like a week now, and my uterine lining is still too thick. Like, what does that mean? And of course, I go Google stuff, and the worst thing to do is Google things, because you start diagnosing yourself with things that you have no place doing, because you don't know what you're doing, and you're just reading and you're making these guesses based on Google articles. But I did avoid WebMD, because I know with that they'll say you have something crazy, and then you're thinking you're going to be on your deathbed or something. But I read through some Google articles and stuff like that, and I thought I was going to have something, but apparently I didn't. They were just like, "Oh, just come back the following morning, and we're going to check again, because it can change based on your menstrual and stuff like that." So on Saturday, I went. My mom and my sister came with me. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys for being there for me, because CJ had to go to work, and I didn't want him to have to take off work. We had just been off of work for a full week, and I didn't want him to have to miss any more work. So they came with me, and basically did the same thing. No blood work this time, thank goodness, because I'm so tired of needles. Like I literally have had so many needles in these past couple of months, just with all the testing, and I'm so over it. But so no needles, just had a regular ultrasound, and she basically, my doctor, since she wasn't there on Friday, she was wondering why I was there, because she was like, okay, the uterine lining. And I asked her, like, well, how thick, like, should it be? And she's like, at this stage, it should be less than about 5, I don't know if it's millimeters or centimeters. I think it's millimeters, but don't quote me. So, so she checks me, and she's like, oh, like, you look fine. Like, I don't know what they were seeing when they did the ultrasound. She was like, I'm measuring at, I think, either 5.6 or 5.8. And she was like, that's fine to start treatment. Like, let me just, review everything. And then, you'll get an email later on today with instructions on how to proceed. So I was like, okay, like, that's great news. Like, finally we're moving forward, and that's something positive. So after that, and that was really early in the morning. I think we got to the doctor at like 7:38. So after that, came back home, and I was checking my email like crazy, waiting for like the email to see like, all right, can we move forward? What do we have to do next? Like anything like that. So check my email, and good news. They were like, you're good to start treatment and everything. And so yesterday I started my treatment, and basically what it is I just have to take one pill every day, or technically half a pill every day for the next 5 days, and then I go back to the doctor on Friday. So I started my treatment, and honestly, that was like the best news I got, and I was like, I've literally been smiling, and just I'm so excited. I know that this isn't like, all right, great, like now we're gonna get pregnant type of thing, because it can sometimes be trial and error in terms of the pill. They might have to up my dosage, or it may not be successful this time. But I'm really trying to keep positive, and I'm hoping that this will be, great, and will be good from here. But I do understand that it might not be. But just getting that good news saying that that we can start treatment is like amazing, because like I said, all of these months and we haven't even been able to start treatment. So I'm like super excited. I literally, like, when I read the email, I jumped out of the bed, excuse me, and I was like dancing and everything, and I was so excited, and CJ's really excited. So yeah, we're chugging along. We're making progress finally. So hopefully this cycle we'll get, we'll be able to conceive. But we'll see, and I'll keep you guys posted. Again, thank you for watching, and anybody out there that's going through this, just keep trying. That's what I can say. Thank you guys. Bye.